Yeah, get a win on the first one, right? Get a good feeling going, and makes the travel a lot easier. I think we do a pretty good job with our travel now. We've changed how we move our team a bit, quite a bit from last year, and we think we've seen that in some pretty good performances. But really heavy trip here, in that we're going to hit the first three, or legitimate playoff teams. You've got Vegas and you've got Colorado sitting at the top, but these guys as well. And then we get into St. Louis, and they've been on a pretty good heater there. So it's going to be a heavy one.
Look at a team like this, a team that's young, just starting to really taste success and get rewarded.
Yeah.
What kind of challenge does that present? Maybe just obviously young, new, confidence, things like that.
Yeah, I think when you first get your bit of success playing a certain way, it feels really good, because they've had some tough lean years here, and now the guys that have invested in the team, who signed here, who want to make this a great team. It's good to walk into an opposing building and be in the playoffs and be looked at as a different. It builds your confidence. It makes you love the game more. So, in those rebuild years, there's a lot of tough days going to the rink. But when you finally crack through and you're in that playoff picture mid-season, you get lots of energy that you never knew you had before.
A couple guys not skating, is that just?
Yeah, they're all fine. We option almost all our morning skates.
Any lineup changes tonight?
None. Sergei plays.
Look at the other goaltender, Milka, on a hot streak right now. What's the key when a goaltender's hot to maybe making them uncomfortable, especially early on?
Well, that's it, right? If you get a guy that's playing well and you feed a lot of pucks to him without any traffic, he keeps that feeling, and especially goaltenders, they're always looking for that good feeling early in the game. You've gone into games where you put up an awful lot of shots in the first period and thought you were doing really well, and all you were doing was warming the guy up, and you couldn't break him after that. So how do you do that? The puck's got to get to the net before he thinks it's coming, and there's got to be some traffic there when it gets there.
Aside from goaltending, what are some other challenges that this Coyote team?
You're going to find their back end very active in the offensive zone. So if we don't want to spend much time in there, I think they got an awful lot of quickness, an awful lot of speed, and they play that game. So they'll transition quickly. They'll get up the ice quickly. If you don't have a handle on them by the blue line, you're going to have a hard time getting a handle on them after that in the zone. So how we handle their rush, which is of critical importance to our team in the way that we defend, that will be the key beast. Don't put them on the rush, and then handle it when they do.
What's the biggest thing that stood out to you about Will Lockwood's skill set in his time here?
He's very, very consistent in the way he thinks the game. So it's obvious the way he plays the game. He can really skate. He's physical. He brings an awful lot of energy. But you could do that and be all over the ice too, right? So he's very specific in how he moves, how he focuses his game. He doesn't do anything like this that necessarily surprises you with the puck. So he's predictable. And I think what you've seen is Ryan Lomberg then all of a sudden looks faster. And that's because he's got a really good idea what Will's going to do with the puck, or if we put it in deep, where Will's going. His predictability, and he's been very consistent in that predictability, makes the other two guys better players.
Okay,
guys.
Awesome.